What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Tesla Volt. If you're new to the channel, hi there. So I got Tesla's full self-driving version 13.2.2 on the 2024 Tesla Model 3. Version 13 is a huge game changer. But with this update, there's one thing I want to show you guys that's also integrated into this that's kind of helps when I'm just driving on a normal basis, and then I'll get to the full self-driving. So it says tap to activate drive, and I already have my address. I put it into a McDonald's that's close by. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go in reverse, and hopefully this should work. It should kind of auto detect what I'm going to do next. And there's always cars coming here for some reason. Anyway, let's go like this. And if you notice right here on the screen, it says to activate drive, I just have to turn the wheel and then press on the brakes, and it already auto detects to drive. There we go. That is sweet. And I think I'll get the hang of this real quick. But what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to go back to one of the parking spots. I'm going to come back into one of the parking spots, park, and let full self-driving do the rest. So I'm going to hit tap and start FSD, press and hold. There we go. I'm going to let it do the rest. Now if you notice right here, my tire pressure is a little bit low, and that's because of the cold. So I'm going to have to take a look at the tire pressure afterwards, but there we go. Makes a good left, very smooth. And I think I have it in, I should have it in hurry mode if it did not reset after the update. So there we go. Now, I don't believe, I could check, I think with the release notes I checked on my phone, but I don't believe that like the parking and pulling out of, like parking into like a garage or parking into a parking spot, those stuff have not yet been integrated into full self-driving. So hopefully we'll get that in the near future. But in the meantime, this just continues to get better and better. Now, there was one thing I did notice, and I got actually two things. I got them off screen. One was I put this full self-driving, it was a previous version. I put the address, I'm going to physical therapy, and it drove me all the way there, and then it parked in front. So it actually pulled into a parking spot and parked in between the lines, like, or not in between, like inside the two lines. It parked in that parking spot, which was great. And then another instance was actually right before I got to my physical therapy. I just so happened to be at a U-turn, and I was like, oh no. And I'll actually try to see if I can insert it in this clip. Watch full self-driving version 13.2.1 perform a U-turn. Oh, wow. That was sweet. And that's really full self-driving for you. I mean, it literally just did a U-turn. And wow, I was just genuinely shocked. Well, the reason why I was shocked is I saw videos of it, but seeing it in person that it can do a U-turn on its own was just very exciting. But yes, I am in hurry mode. So it shows my destination as 7 minutes. I do plan on taking this, hopefully, if all goes well, in a couple weeks on a longer trip. And there I will be able to test full self-driving 13.2.2. Maybe I might test a newer version when it comes out, but regardless, I have full self-driving version 13. But this is getting just great. Tesla pushed out version 12 and 13 within 1 year, and 2024 is going to be even better. There's going to be so much more improvements, and that gets me excited for what's in store in 2025. I mean, if full self-driving 13 is this good, I'm really curious as to how great version 14 and future versions will continue to perform. Right now, this is such a smooth ride. That's like the huge difference I've noticed between the past iteration, between version 12 and this. It is so much more smoother, and it switches lanes again to the left one because it's in hurry mode. It's so much more smoother. It's not jittery, like it's not like hiccuping kind of when you're driving. It just goes. It'll slow down when it needs to turn. It'll turn accordingly. It's awesome. It truly is awesome. And the fact that it can, if you're parked, for example, it will reverse for you and get out of that parking spot. Or if it's going to drive straight in from a parking spot, like we just did at the beginning of the video, it'll do that too. All right. So it sees that car. All right, it's got enough space, and there is snow on the ground. I mean, for the most part, the roads are clean, but you know, here and there, there's some snow around. Right now, it's showing 29 degrees, but earlier today it was like in the mid-teens, and I didn't really go much today. I just went to physical therapy. I went to a supercharger to start the software update for this, and then I got back home and whatnot. But I'm at 173 miles, and normally I charge up to like 260. So I didn't drive almost 100 miles or 90 miles. So I've noticed that when it sits out in the cold, it does tend to lose a little bit more. But granted, you know, when I was at the supercharger, I was also sitting in the car, the heat was on. I did preheat the car like 3 times today, just so when I walk into my car, it'll be nice and warm. But as you can see right here, most of it's a straight road, so it's driving very good. Don't really have any problems whatsoever. Now, when I do have to like clean the windshield, and I press on it with like the fluid that comes out and tries to clean it, it'll tell me to take over the wheel. Like it'll say you have to take over the wheel immediately. I guess it loses vision while you're kind of wiping the windshield and cleaning it, but everything else about driving or just sitting here and watching it drive has been great. It truly has. Normally, like I'll have a video playing like on my iPhone and watching the road at the same time. If I have my coffee, I'll be drinking my coffee. Long road trips, I've used the past versions. It was great. Again, I get to just have my cup of coffee or have a snack and just enjoy it while I have a video or like a podcast or something on my phone, and I get to kind of listen and look at it at the same time, but also while paying attention to the road. I think those who have a Tesla need to experience full self-driving. The reactions that I still get to this day, real live reactions, when people sit in my car, I put on full self-driving and they're in shock. They think I'm like pressing the accelerator or the gas, and like I have to like pull my hands, my arms back, my legs back, and be like, look, I'm not doing anything. Like my hands are right here, and you can see where my legs are. Like I'm not touching anything. It's the car doing everything on its own, and that really does surprise people. So I put this into a McDonald's. I want to see if it's going to park. I really want to see if it's going to park. If it doesn't, then we'll just park on our own, but that's like the only time I intervene, when I get to my destination. Normally it can go straight. I don't know why it's turning right, because this McDonald's, you have to turn right and then make a left, whereas you can just turn right afterwards, but oh well. Oh well. These are, because I know the roads and I'm local to where I live, I know where the entrances are and you know what routes to take and whatnot. Like here, you're gonna have to wait. Good luck waiting. It's gonna wait. I personally would not have done this, but again, I mean, I get Tesla's full self-driving has a mind of its own. Like it's going to turn, but it can't turn because this dude. Well, there's no space either, but like there's probably on her phone. It's not gonna make it with those other oncoming cars. Okay. This is one of the downsides. By this time, I probably would have turned like 100 times, but again, you just want to be patient with this. It's still really cool that this car is driving on its own. Now I want to see where it's going to park. or if it parks at all. Oh, and okay. So it parked, it didn't park in between the lines, it parked on one of the lines. There we go. So it brought us to McDonald's. Now I'm gonna have to leave here, but it brought us to the front of the store, and that's because it had a parking spot. But if it was like Target, it would just keep driving around. So that's full self-driving version 13.2.2. I will be making longer videos of full self-driving on the channel, so stay tuned. I also am planning, there's so much more content for the channel. I did release my first drop, and you can find it on the channel. It's my merch, Tesla Volt merch. So definitely be sure to check that out. It really does mean a lot. And it's just so exciting that I finally get to have my own merch for Tesla Volt. So that's really exciting. Again, so many other videos are in the works. I want to also make videos where I'm just kind of sharing my experience driving, and you guys are watching the drive, but also me just kind of, we're here having a conversation of a variety of different things, Tesla related. If you guys want to see non-Tesla related conversations, also let me know. But that's something I plan on doing in the future. Maybe if you want to see just other related stuff on other channel, let me know. I want to sincerely get your feedback, and I want to know about your comments and everything like that. And this may be one of my last videos for 2024. I have a couple other ones that hopefully I'll release before the end of the year. But 2025 is right around the corner. Subscribe if you haven't already, because 2025 is going to be a great year for the channel, for our community, for Tesla Volt, and for Tesla in general. That's been it for me, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.